but I think we're gonna end off with this one. So there's another video going around where this girl, I think she went out, dining or whatever with her friend, but she used her boyfriend's card without his knowledge. And I think she purposely did it. And why I said this is because when he initially asked her about it, she lied multiple times. Because the first time he asked her, like I think he asked her if she went out, and she said no. No, did he ask her if he went out? But anyways, let's not even go that way. So I think when he asked her about,
he first asked, like, do you have my card or did you use my card? That's what he first asked.
And then when he asked her, did she go to the restaurant? She said yes, and he said, "Do you use my card to pay for the food?" She said, "No, I use my card." And then when he said, "So why is it I see a charge for $200 and something dollars?" And she said, "Oh well, I may have used it, but I thought it was mine because it was dark.
It was in my purse."
Yeah, and I'm like, so she's finding all types of excuses, and then when she couldn't find any more excuses, she in turn tried to make it seem like he was ODing because, oh, you got money, so why do you care? This, I'm like,
so you
it's not about the money though. It's the principle. And first and foremost, $200 and something for dinner is wild. You know what I mean? Especially if you're just a regular person. If you're rich, you know what I mean, that's whatever. But I think what he was most upset about is not that she went and got something to eat and it was for her. She brought her friend to dinner.
I think it was a couple of things. It wasn't just for her. It was for her friend. Her and her friend. 1. 2, she took his card without knowing. And then 3, used his card to pay for it. Because I think towards the end of the video, he was saying, like, you know, if you're going to use my money or whatever, at least give me a heads up kind of thing.
But
so I can say yes or no,
as
whatever.
I'm saying, if it had been like, say, she had went out to dinner by herself, I don't think he would have had a problem because it's his girl. So even though it's his personal card, no, I'm just kind of looking at it from my perspective. Because if we're together and you wanted to go treat yourself to dinner or whatever, and you know what I mean, my wallet is on the table or it's in my pants pocket or wherever it is, and you took the card or whatever, even though you didn't tell me you did.
Yeah, that's where I'm.
No. I'm saying like it. I understand where you're coming from, and that also could be a problem. But as I said, I don't think he would have been. Maybe he would have said something, but he would have been that irate if it was just her. Because say, for instance, if it was her, maybe it would have been maybe like $100 and some dollars, or maybe less. Because maybe they bought a bottle of wine. Maybe she would have maybe just bought a glass because it was just her alone. You know what I mean? So she maybe would have just spent maybe like $80. So maybe it was like, babe, you could at least ask me for my card. I would have given it to you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It would have been a different conversation. But the fact that you took your homegirl, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's a date or I don't know what it was, but you literally like, nah, you can't do that. You can't just take, and then your comeback is, oh, you got it, so why you got it, so why are you worried? Like, what?
The whole that whole conversation just went downhill.
Because and that's the thing, like, why do females feel so entitled when it comes to a dude's money? Because if he had done, if say for instance, let's flip it for a little bit. He took her card and brought his friends for drinks and spent the same amount of money, but he brought his friends for drinks on a Friday night.
Livid. Argument, yelling at him, cursing at him. They probably would have broke up.
What? The friends group would have known they broke up before he did. Trust me.
I think it's weird. And I had this conversation with somebody too. A lot of times, both on men and women, it's not what you do, it's like how you do it and how you went about it. It's always the principle of things. And if you get caught, just, all right, cool, admit it. Be like, all right, cool, yeah, I messed up, whatever the case may be. But it's always like the principle
in
of
that
things.
case, Once you came to me asking, and I know I had the card in my possession, I'm gonna say, yeah, I took it. I don't think it would have been a problem.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in that case, if you said, so why do you spend so much money on the card? I said, nah, don't worry about it. Janae's gonna send me the money back because she couldn't find her card, so I just paid for the both of us. She's when she gets her card rectified, because she locked it, so you know what I mean. So when she gets it back, she's just gonna sell me the rest or Cash App or whatever, even if I'm lying. You know what I mean? So
make it sound a little bit believable.
Exactly, but you're not gonna act like you weren't in the wrong, because that's what I'm saying. And that's goes back to what you're saying. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So if that was me, that's how I would have dealt with it. I'm like, I would admit to it, because the moment you come to me asking if I went to the exact restaurant that I went to, I'm like, oh shit.
Even she should have known something was up, because first of all, he's already recording, and then he said, I'm going to ask you a question. And he asked it, and she said no. And he said, I'm going to ask you again. So she should have automatically thought. He already knows what is up. Like, he knows what's up. Don't lie. 9 times out of 10, when people ask a question about something specific, or like it kind of comes out the blue, they already know.
They already know.
So just...
Especially if it's giving you place... and date and time, like he already knows. He just wants to give you the option
benefit
to
of
tell
the doubt,
the truth,
to see if you're going to be, if you respect him, because that's what he said. You don't respect me. If you respect that person enough, whether it's male or female, to actually tell the truth to somebody you claim you care about or are friends with or dating or whatever, in their face, if you're going to respect them or not. Because I think what also infuriated him more, once he was like, so why do I have the charge $200 whatever dollars? She just said, okay. That was her response. Yeah, okay.
And in that case, what I'm looking at, if the price, if the money is no problem, why didn't you use your card?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Because I don't know I don't remember if she went as far to say it's just $200 or whatever, but the way she was acting, it seemed like she's saying that. So if it's just $200, why didn't you use your $200 to pay for it?
To have the like audacity to take the man's card without permission or whatever, bring her friend, use it, and then act like nothing happened, whatever, and like he's wrong for asking her about it or pressing her about it. That's audacity. That's it. Like, it's his money. Like, you're not entitled to that.
That was rude of her.
Very much so. I would have never done that. First and foremost, even if I had his card already in my bag, in my wallet, whatever. Hey, babe, I'm hungry. Can I stop and grab this?
That's kind of like,
me and so-and-so are hungry. Can we go grab? Like, I'm going to ask you first, because at the end of the day, it's not my money. I didn't work for it. You did. It's your money.
That's kind of like the females who would be going out on a girl's, say, like a lunch date, and would invite her nigga, I don't even want to say nigga, but would invite her dude out, knowing he got money, with the intention that he's supposed to pay for everybody, without even giving him a heads up that, can you take me and my girls for lunch? Because sometimes all it takes is to ask.
I'm not asking that, but
no, I'm not saying you would, but I'm saying though, like, if he's that kind of person that you know would be cool with something like that,
ask first.
Ask
to assume,
but to put him on the spot, because if I'm going out with a female and she's bringing her friends, I'm not expecting to pay for her friends' food. Me being a guy, I'm expecting to say whatever she orders, whatever I order,
is covered.
I'm a cover it, unless she decides otherwise. Because if she offers to pay, I'm not telling her no. I don't care what nobody says. Because if I can save $200 and I eat, I don't care what nobody wants to say, what kind of man I am. I don't give a what. If I go out with a female and she offers to pay, especially if it's somebody that, maybe if it's like a first date kind of thing, maybe I'll say I'll say no. But if it's my lady and she offers to pay, I'm not fighting it. You know what I mean? Unless every time we go out she wants to pay, I'll be like, nah, babe, I got this. I got it this time, or whatever. But if in a case like where, as I said, if it's a case where we're going out as a group, I'm expecting that I'm paying for me and her. You know what I mean? I'm not paying for me and her and or 3 other friends for what? Unless it's like maybe if one of her friends' birthday, I'm like, oh, I got her food too, because it's her birthday. You know what I mean? But
yeah, like chip in to
on a
cover
regular
the birthday
day,
girl
I'm
or
not.
guy's
Unless
food, yeah.
unless I feel like treating you and your friends, that's different. But do not go behind my back. That's kind of like That's kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? That's an ambush. What if at that point I only had money to pay for me? Like, say for instance, you know, if you're going to a restaurant, you kind of have, especially if it's a restaurant you go to on a regular, you kind of have
an idea
of how much you're going to spend. So if you know what you have on your card or you in your bank account at that specific moment, you should know if I can afford to pay for this. So you're not gonna think otherwise. But then when you go, the bill comes, she passes the whole thing to you.
Says.
and you know what would be weird? When you're telling the waitress that, yeah, I'm responsible for me and her food, and then Janae said you was gonna pay for everything. I was like, Janae said what now?
Said who?
I'm like, okay. At that
She's paying for
at that moment, if I turned to her and said, you told him that, and she said yes, I'm like, so at what point were you gonna tell me? You know what I'm doing? I'm getting up and I'm leaving. I'm not even paying for my food. You guys gonna have to figure that out.
I think it's the entitlement. I would never do that. Like, because I don't even care if my man is the richest man in the world. He could be a scammer making $30,000 a day. That's still his money. Like, I'm not entitled to that. If, like you just said, if he wants to take me and my friends out, my 2 good friends, whatever the case may be, 3 good friends, whatever, cool. That's his decision. I would never do that. Just be like, oh, well, I know he gonna get the next money tomorrow, so whatever. Come on, girls. All 6 of us, we about to go to 677 Prime and have some good steak and lamb chops. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I don't think I would ever even ask, like, unless something happened, like my card, I got hacked and money's missing out my account or something. Then I'd be like, hey, babe, I'm out at lunch and this happened. I'll send screenshots of my bank account just to prove it. But I would never be like, you want to pay for me? And homegirl want to go out today. Can you pay for it? I wouldn't even ask that. Because why? If he wants to, I would let him offer it.
I don't think that, as I said, it all depends on how close your partner is with your friend. Like, if it's that your best friend that he knows that's your ride or die, whatever, and they're cool, and that's something that he's done before, then I can give that person a pass. But for you, because most of the times your friends don't even like who you're with, so to force him to pay for their food knowing they don't even like him,
it's insane.
It is insane. That's just that's
I'm
OD.
glad he paid for it, because he would have been a cheap nigga,
then it's the same. Those are the same females who would want to say some stuff like that. Like, what?
Literally.
So you're saying I'm cheap because I didn't pay for your food?
Yep, literally.
You're not my girl. Like, right?
Yeah, I don't know. This dating world, it's contaminated. It's
and also too, to piggyback off that, why is it like a lot of females got so many expectations in the dating phase? So if I take you to the most expensive restaurant, or if I splurge on you in the very first few months that I've known you, if we hit it off and have a relationship, how is that gonna go? Like, I'm always gonna be expected to go above and beyond. Like, how is that gonna work? Like,
social media and these influencers and this new age of dating has made it this, like, okay, you took me to this steakhouse.
Dating nowadays,
they cut up my steak in front of me on our first date. I expect that same treatment all throughout.
Dating nowadays has a price tag. It's not about having fun and getting to know the person anymore.
What can this person do? It's more of a beneficial transaction, I'll say. Because it's like, okay, this guy took me out, I guess I can hang out with him, or I guess I might take him for drinks.
It's transactional on both sides, because the females mostly nowadays, they want to go to the most expensive restaurant, especially if a new restaurant opened up in town. that everybody's talking about, especially if they're talking about it on social media. They want to be in that conversation.
Okay, took me there
they
yesterday. Food was
because
good.
I'm telling you, if you oblige and you take her to that spot, once she gets there, you won't even have time to get a word in. The first thing is she's gonna ask you because most of these restaurants, they got this in the backdrop where you can take pictures or whatever. The first thing, she's gonna pull you over there to take her pictures. She's gonna want to take a picture of everything that looks interesting just to show that this is where I am. When the food comes, you still haven't gotten a chance to talk yet. She's taking a picture of the food and doing everything.
Don't forget
by
the
the
drink,
time that night
they have cute little cocktails.
Yeah, by the time the night is over, you barely know nothing about her. Barely, because because and this is not something that's happened to me, but I've just seen stuff where even during you being on that date, they're talking to their friends in the friends group. Yo, this place is crazy.
Look at my food.
Yeah,
Send.
I'm like, are we on a date or I'm just like tagging along? Like,
no, you're tagging along. I think it's people date for the wrong reasons nowadays. I think a lot of people go into it with the transactional thing.
Oh, yeah, I should have talked about the transactional part with the dude, because if a dude waits on your hand and foot on a date, he's expecting to be reciprocated for that. He wants to. He wants you to have sex with him. Just the same as if a guy flies you out for a vacation or whatever. I think you go into that vacation, you should have it in the back of your mind, on the back of your head, that he's gonna want to have sex with me.
Very much.
I had this conversation with a female friend of mine a few months ago, where she was telling me, yo, this guy wants to take me to Jamaica. No, she said the guy wants to take her on vacation, but she don't really like him like that. So she's kind of asking me, what should she do? I'm like, don't go. Tell him you're not going. Like, if you don't like him like that, do not let this man spend his money to take you on a vacation. You know what I mean? If it's a case where he wants to spend some time with you, like go. You can go somewhere for a day, like not even spend the night type shit. Like go to Manhattan or whatever. Find something to do. Like find something that you both enjoy. If you feel like it's somebody who is worthy of getting to know, like maybe you're not sure at this moment if you like him like that, try to spend the day with him to see how much more you're gonna feel, how much more you're gonna like him, or how much less you're gonna like him. But don't go all the way to a whole nother country. She's like, oh, I'm gonna tell him I want to go to Jamaica. I'm like, did you hear what I just said? Like, why would you go? I'm like, okay, so are you all right? So from listen to this from a male perspective. Are you willing to give it up if he wants it when you? She couldn't answer me. So you see the predicament you're in at this moment.
You're already putting yourself in a bad predicament.
Yeah,
I've had a situation like that.
I'm saying, if I was taking you to this place,
if I'm taking somebody,
I'm expecting something in return.
Balcony.
I'm telling you that. First and foremost, I've always said this. I would never take somebody that I'm just getting to know on no like trip or whatever, like on no weekend or now. I'm getting to know you first. We have to get to that phase first, because I'm not trying to jeopardize my vacation on a whim. Because what if you deny me? I'm gonna be mad that whole weekend.
The whole weekend.
Like, you crazy? I'm not jeopardizing my vacation for you. Nope, I'm not.
I've had that. There was somebody who wanted to take me to a country for my birthday. I mean, a villa on the beach, infinity pool. We had our own chef, like own transportation, a villa, and I just knew. I mean, he was cool.
Yeah, once you see him stacking up all the amenities, you know what he's planning. Like,
we could do excursions and all that. Like, whatever I wanted to do, I could have done. But knowing that I didn't like him like that, and I just was not interested in doing anything further than talking to him or just seeing him,
or just being his friend or whatever.
I'm a little salty though. It was a nice vacation. It was a nice villa and everything, but I don't care. Like he would have been very upset, and then I would have been upset because I would have went on the trip.
If all right,
he would have tried it, for instance, and I would have been like,
as I said, I would never do it. But say for instance, I did. As soon as we get to that Airbnb, hotel, villa, whatever, I'm on you.
It's
like
on.
What? I don't want to go swimming. I don't want to go in no bathtub. I don't want to go in no pool. I don't want to tour the hotel. The first thing I want to do is tour you. So if you're not with that,
don't say yes.
And that's why I would never take somebody that I'm just getting to know on unless they're paying for it. But nah. If I'm paying for it, nope, not doing it. The only way I would is if me and this person are already on the same page, that you know that this is the next phase of our relationship. It's time for us to have relations. So, and then the person says, "Oh, you know what?
Cool.
Being that, let's plan a vacation or a getaway, and then we can do it there." Maybe
big maybe
because it depends on how much I'm feeling this person and how much I'm trusting this person, because who knows, she could be lying.
She could say
just because she wants to go on this trip.
Let's go to Lake George for the weekend. Whole time she's setting you up. You just never know.
Yeah, she just wants to go to Lake George. You know what I mean? No. Nope, not me.
Not I.
Nah.
I could have got him. And you know what's crazy? Just like you just said, you told your friend no. Tell him no, because this is what is expected out of that trip.
Yeah, because I'm a guy. Like, if a girl comes to me with something to say, even if she's not asking me, "Oh, you're a guy, so what would you do in that situation?" Because I told her, like, I said, "Listen, I'm a guy, and I would never try to be alone nowhere with a female that I don't like, especially if I know she likes me that way."
You don't know what.
And I'm a guy. Because if I don't like you that way, I'm not putting myself in a situation where you're gonna want to try me. No, because I don't like you like that. And if I know that you like me like that, no.
It's a no. But so I still
don't see how females do it, and then feel some type of way when the guy comes on a certain way.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like you.
Out of that trip, if I was on that trip, I wouldn't expect anything less. If I went, I would expect
females know what men want or need or whatever, however you want to look at it. So for you to take up yourself and go somewhere, like you're going somewhere where you have no control.
Yep.
Because you're out of the country. You can't just pick up your phone and call your brother, your father, your uncle, nobody to help you.
It's a whole 8-hour flight or whatever.
Like, you're literally in a place where I would say you're outnumbered, because you're a girl, he's a guy. He's stronger than you. And you see where I'm going with this conversation. Ladies, do not put yourself in that position.
And funny enough, there was a lot of people I had just brought the conversation up in general, in public, around other men, other women. And it was mixed, but most of the people who answered the question, should I go, should I not go, said to go, because it's a paid trip. It's a new country I've never been to. Take advantage of the opportunity.
Who said that, though? Females, right?
It was females and males.
Wow.
Females and males. Knowing that I didn't like said person, knowing that, of course, he was going to want to do things off rip. Yeah. And I wasn't willing to do that. I didn't want to. And I made that clear. But a few of them said no. Few men, few women said no, don't go. But a few of the other men and women said, take advantage of the opportunity. It's a paid trip. It's a new country. It's a new experience. Go for it.
Yeah, a new experience that whenever you are able to pay for it for yourself, you can pay for it and
Absolutely.
You can go. Simple.
Without the pressure of avoiding something that I don't want.
I can guarantee or say, so you see, they're saying, oh, go, because it's a new adventure, it's a new and this. But would you be able to experience all those things? You know what I mean?
Because we could get there and he's ready to go, and then I say no, and then he'd be like, all right, cool, bet. and that's it.
And to take you back to the airport.
He might take me back to the airport.
If he's a good person,
he might
take
cancel.
you back to the airport and buy you a ticket back, so you didn't even get to spend the day. Or he could be like, you know what? Well, he could kick you out the hotel and say, yo, listen, go find your own
cancel
place
your flight
and
back.
Cancel your flight back.
It could.
Because it's happened to females.
Oh, absolutely. Before. There was something going around on social media where, I don't know if they were husband and wife or whatever. But they were a couple. And he wanted to plan. It was her birthday, and he had paid for them to go on a trip. And it was supposed to be just them two, but she texting them. I don't know if it was real or fake, but she was texting him like, "Oh, is it okay if my homegirl comes?" Whatever. And he mentioned that he wanted it to be just them, but he understands, you know, it's your birthday. You want this person to be there. So sure, whatever. And then down the line in this text message thread, she's like, "Hey, babe, don't be mad. I'm sorry. I have something to tell you, but we're already at the airport, like about to go on the trip. Sorry." And he's like, "What? Like, what do you mean? Like, I thought we were going. Like, are you for real?" She's like, "Yeah, it's me and the girls. And like, we, you know, we're here now. We're about to go, whatever. And he ended up canceling everything. Because she had jumped on the plane, and now she's at the resort or hotel or whatever. And she's texting him like, "Hey, like, they can't find the reservation." So he's being funny, like, "Tell them to look under your name." She's like, "Oh, it's not working." And he was like, "Yeah, because I canceled it, so figure it out." People really do that. Like,
I would have done the same thing, bro. Because you can't. Because people be thinking they can get petty on one end and it's not gonna come back on the other end. No, that's not how it works. Because the thing is, you know, and I said this before, because it's something I saw when I was younger growing up. It's conversations I listened to older females than me have. And this is how I came to this assumption that females do not like nice guys. They don't, because they take advantage of them. Because
you got a little point there.
Not a little. I got a big. I'm telling you, they don't. They'll act like they do. They'll tell you, "Oh, I want a guy that's honest," and they don't like nice guys. They don't.
Most women don't.
Yeah, most.
I'll give you that. They don't. I'll give you that.
They'll find a guy who will not be in no rush to get in their underwear, will treat them to the best things or whatever, and this goes back to the conversation I'm telling you. Like I heard this girl, like, she came to see her friends or whatnot, and she was telling them that she met a guy who was spending all this money on her, and this is her exact word. She's like, "He's given me so much money already and he's never seen my underwear yet. He's so stupid." And I'm like, what?
Send him to me.
So I'm saying to myself, so around. You met somebody who's willing to wait on you hand and foot, and he's not trying to, that's not his main goal. Stupid. That's what I'm saying.
She's stupid.
But she doesn't respect that dude. She respects the guy that would give her nothing and just want to be in her draw.
I think back to,
and a lot of women think like that.
I think back to like social media and this new dating world.
No, this was way before social media. This was when I was way younger. That's what I'm telling you.
I rest my case.
This was way before social media.
I rest my case. Because I was gonna say, like, I think with nowadays, a lot of people like that, like, hardcore or like that dominant kind of person. So they like those street guys. They like those scammers, drug dealers, because they give off that lifestyle where they can get money, they can get the materialistic things, but then they also have that oomph to them to where they're dominant and people fear them or people are scared of them or nobody's just going to push them over. So they go for that.
Women also are attracted to men who have authority and power too. Yep. Because I've seen cases where, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say before we close out. I've seen cases too where, say for instance, if a guy is in like I wouldn't say a gang, but he has a friend circle, and he's not the dominant one in the friend circle, he'll bring a girl around and he'll lose that girl to the most dominant dude in the group. or the dude that she thinks is the one that everybody looks up to, because even though she doesn't know him, she's just attracted to that. I've
It's
seen
like
that happen
what is
many
it called?
times.
Power trip or whatever. Like, oh, he's this person of this status. You know, people fear him or listen to him or look up to him, do whatever he says. So if I'm his lady,
Or also,
I can kind of get the same kind of treatment or whatever.
She'll also too. I've seen it happen where this dude will take his girl around his friends, and he'll have a friend that has a lot of girls, so she'll see girls coming in and out of his space or whatever, or his phone be blowing up, and he'd be like juggling females over, and she's fascinated by that.
Yeah. Me personally, I'm very simple. First of all, I like the nice guys. I like the simps. I don't like the drug dealers.
Like the simps.
I don't like the drug dealers
tells me she don't
and
like you guys.
gangbangers and people that be in the streets. That's not for me. I'm simple too. I'm not gonna make you pay for me, my friends, to go out to eat. First of all, let's go have a picnic at the crossings. Let's go to Thatcher Park and hike. Come over, we'll order food, let's lay on the couch and watch movies. I'm very simple. Absolutely, I want to go out on dates and go bowling and stuff, but also, fellas, I'm willing to pay some of the time. You don't have to pay all the time. I'm very simple. So, I don't know, people, it's just, dating is just so weird. People like to date for the materialistic things or like the beneficial things that they think that they can get out of that relationship instead of actually dating to find a partner, get married, have kids. Like, it's all about just, all right, who's next? Go.
It's crazy out there, man. Just be safe.
Yeah, definitely
out
safe.
there.
Wrap up. They got that new ringworm STD,
listen.
something.
Yo,
Wrap it up,
I saw that
fellas,
shit.
because
I
y'all
was
know y'all like to.
Yo, makes you don't even want to do nothing no more. But anyways, people, sound off in the comment section. Let us know. And also, I want to see you liking and sharing these videos, man.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, that's all we ask.
Cash App. Leave some comments. Give us some stories. What do you want to hear? Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, and also too, yeah, you can find us at FRD TV. That's on IG or Free Reggae Dancehall on Facebook. FRD Studios on YouTube. Free Reggae Dancehall TV on YouTube. You know what I mean? Send us questions. Send us stories. Anything you want us to talk about. You know what I mean? We'll talk about it. We're also on TikTok. We're on all social media platforms. So you know what I mean? Just look out for us
everywhere.
If you need the details, they'll be in the description of the video. Depending on where you're watching it, it will be there. So you know what I mean? Shout out to us. Peace.